Respiratory system. Students, has anyone ever reminded you to breathe? No. Do you know why? It is because the process of breathing takes place in our body very naturally. Come, let us understand how this process occurs. Two processes are associated with the respiration. One is that of inhaling and the other is that of exhalation. While breathing in, we take in the air from our surroundings. This air reaches to the lungs through the nose. We give back out the air through the nose during the process of exhalation. Thus, the process of breathing in air and the breathing out air combined are known as respiration. The main organs of the respiratory system are nose, larynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, diaphragm. You must have studied in lower standards that when you keep your finger close to your nostrils during the process of respiration, you can feel the air coming out and going in. Do you know how it happens? Role of diaphragm in the process of respiration. A thin muscular septum that divides the hollow cavity of the chest and the abdomen is called diaphragm. This diaphragm rises or lowers on its own. When the diaphragm lowers, the pressure on the lungs reduces and hence they expand. As the lungs expand, the pressure inside them decreases. As a result, the air with more pressure from outside enters the lungs through the nose. This is the process of inhalation. When the diaphragm rises, the size of the chest cavity decreases. The pressure on the lungs increases. The air inside them is given out. The process in which the air inside the lungs is given out is known as exhalation. The process of respiration. The air having oxygen is breathed in through the nose. There are very fine hair inside the nose. A sticky substance, namely mucus, also gets secreted inside the nose. These hairs and the mucus prevent the entry of dirt, dust particles, and germs in the air entering through the nose. The air from the nose passes through the throat and the larynx and enters the trachea. The trachea is bifurcated at the lower end. Each of these branches is known as the bronchus. One bronchus enters the right lung and the second bronchus enters the left lung. The lungs are situated on either side of the heart in the cavity of the chest. One bronchus enters into each lung. Many branches sprout from the bronchus inside the lungs. These branches are known as bronchioles. At the end of these bronchioles, there are many alveolar sacs that appear like a bunch of grapes. There is a network of capillaries around these air sacs. As the walls of these air sacs and the capillaries are very thin, exchange of oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor, etc. takes place easily. If we cut open these capillaries, their total length would be 2,400 kilometers. The oxygen in the inhaled air mixes in the blood containing carbon dioxide coming from the heart through the air sacs and the surrounding capillaries. The carbon dioxide and the water vapor from the blood are released in the air through the air sacs. This oxygenated blood goes to the heart and reaches the different cells of the body. Thus, in the second phase of respiration, oxygen is supplied to the cells of the body through the blood. The blood collects the carbon dioxide and the water from the cells and pushes them towards the lungs. The lungs throw them out during the process of exhalation. Do you know how much blood passes through the lungs in 1 minute? 4.5 liters of blood passes through the lungs in just 1 minute. Thus, all these organs carry out the process of respiration.